Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is Omnifactory. In the last episode, we built quite a bit of stuff, right? We had a whole bunch, and now we have, well, let's just say that we have a lot more. Okay? Let's just say that. Eh? Yeah. So, I have been focusing on trying to make it so that this base is self-sufficient, and we're almost there. We have, what is this? The extended crafting stuff? Yeah, whatever that is. We have those set up. Extended crafting is what I'm going to call it. We have a few bits of active crafting, but the primary thing, for the moment, is going to be passive crafting. This might mess up our TPS, but I couldn't help it, as I didn't, look, it's not my fault, okay? I just kept putting stuff up, and suddenly we had all this stuff. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. We also, over here, we have a bit of the micro missions. What is this? Microverse projectors? Yeah. 1 very large one, 2 medium, and 4 small. We've even set up a single draconic evolution crafting spot. Hopefully that will be sufficient for the time being. However, what we are lacking is just, well, these up here. So I need to make the drop crafting using atomic reconstructors, and we need to be able to basically have everything from deep mob learning, specifically things like skulls, zombie heads. We need those desperately, and I think it's enderman heads, emeralds, and diamonds. Those are the big ones at the moment. So if we take a look at this crafting recipe for chaos shards, for example, look at all of the stuff we have. There's diamonds. We need diamonds. And then all the way down here we have these, right? Probably could have made pulsating crystals, but I want all of the crystals to be close to each other. And what do one of them require? That's right, emeralds, another one diamonds. So, see? There's the issue. Dislocator. We don't have a recipe for that. I do need to make chorus flowers. I need to make the, basically everything with the phytogenic isolators. Need to make those as well. And, yeah. But we're getting really close to this base being completely self-sufficient, and then we'll be able to make some actual progress. However, what I am very much interested in is making some simulation supercomputers. We have 3 hearts of the universe right now, and while we should do basically anything but what I'm about to do, we're going to hit start. Oh, that was fast too. Look at that. So, this is just, looks like a pretty basic build. We have our standard energy inputs and outputs and whatnots, and it'll just come together real nice, I reckon. Some simulation chambers, some omnium. This is definitely endgame spec stuff, and that's why I've been saving it for now. Well, we definitely needed a heart of a universe. One thing to note is that this base is incredibly overkill. Do not try this at home. This is ridiculous. But it's fun, and I enjoy it, and that's probably all that matters. Every single machine in this base is either UV, so like all of these are ultimate voltage, ultra voltage, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it the 524 sets because that's what I usually search for, is 524. That gets us the voltage in necessary at 500,000 EU per tick. Whatever voltage it takes. The other thing to note is that every bit of hatch in this is max. Which I don't really understand why that makes sense with this. And I just saw a UV hatch, but then those are max hatches. I don't know if this is run yet. The processing arrays might be UV, they might have to be, but everything like multi-smelters or the fantastic microverse projectors, these guys are max hatches, and I've tried to maximize it wherever possible. So every single one of them has the maximum number of maximum input hatches. Huh? Including these. This is, what, 11 or 13 or 17 max input hatches? It's absurd. We don't have enough energy for that. That's why we need more chaos shards to make more awesome solar panels, and maybe actually use the heart of the universe for what it's probably better to do. The first thing with it is make one infinity catalyst and take that one and turn it into a creative RF source. I think this is what we're supposed to do. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're making simulation supercomputers. Oh yeah. The beautiful thing about everything being passive is when we hit start on a craft, most things are just insanely fast. One slight difference is when we're crafting the actual wetware computers, but the thing with these is they require sentient enders and frank in zombies. That's why, once again, we need those skulls. But these crafts just take a little bit longer because they actually, they use the fantastic and wonderful assembling lines over here. Oh, look at that. It turns on. I love this spot. I'm trying to make it so that we can see everything active. So we'll be able to hopefully see the draconic evolution things turn on. We can see the large projector turning on over there. And we can see the green lights over there. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And the 210 Naquata. There we go. Plated dark steel machine cases are finished. All we have to do is put this thing together. So one might be wondering why we're going through the effort of making these kind of ridiculous and over-the-top constructions. Well, first of all, that's what we do. But the other thing is that when you have hundreds of these little blocks, the simulation chambers, things get kind of ridiculous. We need a way to sort of ramp up the awesomeness or the efficiency. Basically, I don't want to make a ton of these things, and the cabling for them is an absolute nightmare, at least for myself. So that's why we do this, Boop. And this is going to be overclockable, whereas the normal simulation guys, we would have needed thousands and thousands of these. My brain is probably saying that we might need only one of these for each of the deep matter simulation guys, so one for each of these probably. And there's a chance we might need another one for things like Dragon. I think we need a whole lot of Dragon data. Yeah, a ton of it to do certain things. Or we can just AFK for a little bit, which is quite possible. The other beautiful thing is that once we have this up, I don't think that the overworld is providing us with anything at all. So we should be able to turn off the support for all the other locales, which is fantastic. That makes me very, very happy. Not too sure how flexible this will be in the construction, so we're just going to build it precisely how it wants to, and then we'll try switching out certain blocks with things like the energy input hatches. I definitely want that on the bottom if we can manage it, but we will see. Or on the back. It's not a terrible idea. Definitely had worse ideas. And should be good. I did not notice that these things glowed like that. That is very colorful. Very lovely. However, that would drive me kind of mental, so I'm kind of glad that we don't have to look at that on a regular basis. What else is needed? I love shift. I finally have gotten used to shift clicking these things. It is a lifesaver. absolutely wonderful. 10 out of 10, would recommend. It just shows you exactly what you need to build, and you can just follow it, like so. Isn't that nice? And theoretically, once we fill in these last few blocks, then everything should change color, and will be fantastic. Boop. Ah! Oh, that's a texture issue. Ugh. Definitely going to have to move that, and hopefully it lets us. So, if can I put it here? Will you allow that? Boop and boop. Yes, it will. So all of these will end up on the bottom, and time to build the other two. Hee. Then we'll need polyclay production, but you know, that's okay. Man, look at that thing. That's lovely. If you are playing the certain versions of this pack, this might not be available for you. So, good luck. I will say that it's fantastic that whoever made this thing made it look like the simulation chamber. Look at that. Little green circle thingamabobber, few little dots on the sides and the backs, but the top is black. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. I love it, and I do believe that that is built. I have actually... Hey! Figure it out. Oh, you're missing a side. Oh dear. Silly, silly. There you go. Now, all three are complete. At some point, we will want to get more, but for now, this will hopefully solve the issues that we're facing. One's going to be Enderman, Shulker, and Zombie. Not too sure what we want to do with that, but that's the plan. So, underneath, I did find out that we can have quite a few input hatches. We're going to go with 9. I don't know if that's advisable, but that's what we're going to do. So, now to just get it wired up, we've put it on a platform that's slightly above this level, so stairs can come up to that and over. And we have a little bit of space under here for some tight cabling. That is one thing I didn't want to do in the cube, but I just can't help it. I love it when you can't really see it unless you try and make it kind of about the aesthetic, right? Like this, it's kind of important to have this cabling here, but this one, we can have it very clean, right? So it's a combination of the two. But sometimes you do end up with just a little bit of a mess underneath somewhere. So that's what it is. And now we just need to get a little bit of cabling. Isn't hidden cabling just so lovely? Oh, it's beautiful. All right. So the first part is complete. We have lovely, lovely voltage hooked up, and now we just need to set up a few things. I think that we're going to have some auto shut off using some level emitters. That is going to be one thing. Ooh, can we do it? That is a good question. So machine controller, these are just going to run automatically. Oh yes, very good. And they are going to require a signal because sometimes lag can kind of make it think that it's on. Actually, I don't think that will matter. So it'll need a signal to be on, otherwise it will be disabled. So working is now disabled. Even if it had everything it needed to, it would not be able to run. And I think these ones are going to be much more modular in design. So we'll be able to put these into the simulation simulator, or simulation supercomputer, and the zombie data will not be used, so all we have to do is shove a ton of clay in there, and out will come the zombie matters. Now the good question is, 5% doubled each tier. Are we just going to get 100% because of these? It's a good question. Previously, we were getting, I want to say, what is that, 30%? Yeah, 30% of the time from our pulsating polymer clay. So maybe if this multiplies times 5 each time, then maybe this will be 100%. HV goes to 10% at EV, 20, we'll find out. Alright, I think that I would like to get some testing going with these guys. So the first thing that we're going to have is some lovely cables. What color cables do we want down here? Purple? I think we want purple. Do we have any purple dye? We do. Lovely. Just to match the color. I know the connection here is not that great, but we can always fix that if we want by boop and boop, 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 and boop. So underneath, let's just get us some space so that we can see properly. We're going to have a few different things going on. We're going to have an interface for the in and the out, and then we need some level emitters. 1, 2, 3 for right now. And this first one, the thing I really want to get going is zombie heads. So we need the pristine zombie thingamabobber, and this will emit when we're under 1,000 for right now. Doesn't really matter. And right here, boop, boop, and we'll pull that off. We'll just have polymer clay be represented here. Yeah, please try and have polymer clay. And then we'll just scroll up for it. There we go. Lovely. Lag, please go away. Thank you. We're about to get rid of the lag with all luck, and we don't need these to be showing on our interface terminal. Now, if we go and get a zombie matter thingamabobber, or I wonder if we can just make one. Can we make one from here? Zombert. Zombert? Boop. Hey! We can also learn if this is going to level it up. So it shouldn't be deactivated. That should be able to go in there. And we should be able to pull polymer clay from our stores at the other bases and kind of toss it in here, and it should run. Now, is it leveling it up? It is. That is good. Now, the other question is, I shouldn't have had that interface there. I kind of wanted to see what was actually coming out. So we'll pull that back. We're going to try and put in approximately 100. What would that be? I think that's correct. Yeah. Boop and boop. And now, what comes out on the other side? It does look like it's respecting the ratio of the actual data model rather than otherwise, but that is good to know. And I think once we have polymer clay, then this will be perfect. We just need to set up a loot fabricator. Oh, this is nice. These are fantastic. I love them. This might not be the time for this. Should we do PAs or just a UV line? I mean, I already do actually have clay and a few things set up. We have clay. We have dust. And the dust is for, well, I guess the dust is for clay, right? So we have dust. We have the clay. We have nether quartz. So maybe at the moment we'll just do a quick little setup for pulsating polymer clay, but then we might make a bigger system later. Oh, decisions. Decisions. Nope, we're doing it. You know, sometimes Sometimes you just want to build something and you make it happen. I don't know if this will work, but definitely gonna try. And place, and that one's done. And place, and that one's done. Hey, look! Oh, this is cool. You know, it almost looks like a pair of pants. Where's the right angle? There we go. I got a pair of pants on my head. This is insane. Look how much energy is going into this. This is absurd. I mean, it will require more hatches. So like, probably something more like boop boop. And then probably even these two as well. Yeah, because they each need two. Oh, these are can't mix those up. I think bad things happen. But look, this is insane. I'm not too sure that we're going to be able to cable this all up right now, but I mean, it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And oh, we're starting to get the broken textures. That happens whenever you break too much of a multi-block. Oi. I usually have a breaker for that reason. What? How do we... I think I want to place it like that. No. How to get to this block? Maybe from underneath. Oh, not the wrench. There. That'll break it. I think. Where'd it go? Oh, did it get it? It did get it. Whew. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. End place. One thing that I think we are going to be able to do with this episode is we're going to be able to fix our TPS issues. So all I have to do is wire this up, and in the next episode, we will see this thing being fully operational. Whoa, look at that, it's beautiful. What was the yeah, that's not terrible. A bit of it is in space. So we're gonna go to the cube, and we're going to deactivate the claimed chunks. Now, what is the right way to do this? Is it shift right click? It is. So we're gonna shift right click, and all of these are gonna become unchunk loaded, like so. Still loaded, they're still claimed, but once we do the same thing to Rustville, Rustville, I love the name, everything here should make it much lag friendlier. I don't think that there's any other areas that are chunk loaded. Oh, look at that. We should have done more with this. As a reminder, we built a space station, or what is this? The space rocket assembly machine something. This thing is gorgeous in here. I love it. I love it so much. Alright, back to the cube and back to the hive mind. I need a better name for that. For the new pagoda. If you guys have a good name for the new pagoda, let me know. I am super curious. And yeah, this has been Creeta playing Omnifactory. I hope that you're enjoying as much as I am, because it should be quite apparent that I am, because this is a lot of fun. Alright, so we have our pair of pants down there. That's going to make a ton of the lovely PPC right there. On this side over here, it's making the pulsating dust, so it goes from pulsating dust being made with the resonant clathrate. This is being made yada yada, right? We've done this before. This is just the ultimate version, probably. Oh dear. Well, that was a crash. This has been Creeta playing Omnifactory. Bye-bye!